What's up, podcasters? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Branding Banter, your promotional products podcast where you can get all the nerdy news you need to know about. My name is Jeff Franklin, National Accounts Manager with Headwear USA.
And I'm Meg Gerber, Chief Experience Officer over at the Bark and Bowie.
I'm Sarah Goshgarian, Unruh Strategic Partnership Manager over at Stalls.
And the birthday girl.
I'm the birthday girl. It's my birthday. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
I had to make a birthday shirt.
Oh, birthday queen, established 1977.
All right, so there you can do some quick math, figure it out.
That's VJ's year. He was born that year.
Oh, see?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
That's awesome. And where in the world is Sarah Goshgarian, Unruh?
I am in Venice, Italy today. Venice. Yeah.
So not the Venetian, like actually Venice.
Yes. That's different city. that's Rome. So
well, yeah. I mean, that's all us poor folk. That's all we get to experience.
It's so funny. There's actually a few people I know that are in Italy or have been to Italy lately. It's like the place.
Have you had your gondola ride yet?
We have not done our gondola ride yet. We did a food tour last night. Yesterday, I'll say, so we started at like 5:30. I will tell you, like whenever I travel, we started to do food tours, like food and wine tours. I love it because it gives you a chance to like, number one, meet somebody locally. They pop you into a few places that you probably wouldn't really have walked into before. Try some of like the authentic food and like get to know the neighborhood and where you are, which is really, really helpful. So we did that whenever we were in Thailand and then doing it here, like phenomenal. I had baby octopus. I never would order baby octopus. I'm just going to tell you, but it was amazing. So.
I love
because
food.
Of the baby or because of the octopus?
It's the octopus. It's just super fresh. So it's not the baby. Yeah. It was tiny. So I'm like, they must like farm it, fish it. I don't know what you do. How do you like fish octopus? I would imagine you're scooping it up like in a net. So
yeah, I've got
at the beginning, right? Me. Like you don't know, right? See?
I don't know. Maybe Meg, since she's the chief experience officer at the Bark and Bowie, may have some water life stories for us that she could tell us about some octopus. I don't know.
The only octopus that I have ever encountered one was when I pulled it off the side of my chest or whatever, and I was like, this is bad. This is really bad. Okay, octopus? Oh no, that was a jellyfish.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, ouch. All I can think of is how painful that was.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Where were you at?
I Sea Isle City, New Jersey.
Oh.
So yes, I don't have any experience with octopus. Sorry.
All right. Well, there's always next year.
That'll drive the fear of jellyfish for sure through the roof. Like, and PTSD going into the water for sure. Anything with a jellyfish, I'd be like, nope.
Well, 100%. It was Memorial Day this week. How was everybody's Memorial Day?
Really nice. I didn't work on the shop at all, but the family was up. So we didn't have really good weather on Saturday or Sunday, but yesterday was beautiful. I actually got a little bit of sun. You can't tell, but I got a little sun. I'm not the shade of gray white anymore. I'm a little bit of red.
Yeah, we
not on camera, really so it looks like I'm a liar. But can I show you guys something real quick? I'm so excited.
Yes.
I got a couple of my first promotional products in. It's so exciting being on the other side of this. So JQ gave me one of these in Vegas. It wasn't for my dog, but I always use these for my hair. This is legit at HPG. So do you see I put like a little thing on that? And then I got these from Checkweld. And they have little things on them. And my favorite thing, the first thing that I got for the store that we're selling, the very first thing, I got this from Peerless. I knew it when I saw these, I was going to get them. Guys, this is a doggy umbrella.
That's awesome.
Like
let's see your logo. I haven't seen your logo like up close. I see the dog
print. There's a couple of versions of it, but I have a muddy paw print, and that's just part. The buoy is multiple colors, so I don't print it on.
So how does a dog umbrella work exactly?
So like it's all tangled, but you connect the leash. Of course, I picked the one that's tangled through the things. So there's a leash and it connects to the strap. And so then it goes over it. And then you just.
Oh, so as you're walking the dog on the leash, you can hold the.
Oh. It was so
interesting.
Cute. I thought it was so cute. I had to. So yeah, I just wanted to show those. I'm like, and there's a bunch of stuff over there actually, but those are my favorites that I wanted to show you guys.
Somebody had the dogs in the stroller.
Here it is.
Yesterday, right? Don't you like when you travel? I feel like days run together. But there was
Montreal.
There was a couple in Montreal that while we were like waiting in the lounge, they had like a stroller, but it had like 2 dogs in the stroller. And now I've seen people like walk their dogs in the stroller and things like that. But like that was the first time like traveling in an airport lounge that I saw somebody with a stroller with their 2 dogs in it. So, I mean, for some people, their dogs, their pets they're like children. So
they are, especially up here. I think everybody has a dog. So yay for me.
I know. I love it. It's going to be great.
Well, Meg, thanks for bringing us back to promotional products.
Yeah. So how was your weekend, Jeff?
It was great, actually. I like to intimidate the cows at the farm, so we went out and had a picnic, literally amongst the cows, and we ate hamburgers right in front of them. It's like how some people eat salad in front of their houseplants. I like to eat hamburgers in front of cows. So it was great. It was good Memorial Day.
Like if you don't behave, this is what's going to happen to you, kind of a deal.
I mean, they could be the best cow in the world. It's still what's going to happen to them. Let's be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. So today's topic, we got a fresh off the press. We've got amazing news coming in for PPAI's 100 on the distributor side this time. And so we wanted to cover that this week amongst our banter, of course. I mean, Sarah, I could honestly talk to you about what you've done so far on your vacation and what's to come the next couple of days for sure for like the rest of the podcast. And maybe we'll get back into that. But yeah. All right. So how do you guys want to cover this? From 25 down or to number 1 or working?
Yeah, let's do. Why don't we do let's just do 25 and then we'll end on 1. You guys want to do that? I like that idea.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right.
Yeah, so number 25 this year was Vistaprint. What is it? Simpress?
Simpress, yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting. So, I didn't actually know that Vistaprint was a distributor.
So if you ever go to their website to order cards, right? It's
business
like,
cards,
kind
right?
of like when you go to Staples. So you go in, you order your business card, and then you go to the next page. It's like, oh, would you like it on a mug? Would you like it on a T-shirt? We can do all your branding. So if you don't know about the promotional products industry and you start with Vistaprint, you can get everything you need. Literally.
I actually didn't know that. So
yeah.
Thank you. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
I have ordered business cards before in the past from Vistaprint like years ago, but I think they were one of the first companies that I could think of that had the technology that like as you typed out what you could actually then see what it was going to look like. So
yeah. I think I ordered my first set of free business cards from them.
Yeah.
So 190, almost 191 million in 2024 revenue and 7.8% growth over since 2021. So pretty cool. Number 24 was Mercury Promotions and Fulfillment at 46 million with an 83.9% growth since 2020.
Incredible. That's incredible. I used to print one of their program bags. I remember they had to be all poly bagged in like 10. I don't remember much of it, but that was like when I used to work at Jetline. So that's all. I don't know them anymore, but congratulations on 24. This list that we have, unfortunately, doesn't tell us if they've moved up or down. Kind of stinks. We did get the list early. Thank you, Josh. And gives us a lot of information, but we don't see it from last year. I guess we could probably go back and forth, but I don't have the bandwidth here working off my hotspot today.
Yeah, so this list, like you said, we got from PPAI a little bit ahead of time. It's embargoed, but of course, by the time this goes live, it'll already been listed. So
it'll be out.
Yeah, it'll be out. But the obviously, if you go to the website, you'll be able to see ups and downs and all that good stuff. So very cool.
Yeah.
Number 23 was Corporate Imaging Concepts, 119.6 million in 2024 with a 6.7% growth or change since 2021. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And 22, Leader Promos at 58.3 million with a 19.6% change. Number 21 was Kaiser and
Wait.
Blair.
Before we go on, can I just tell a really quick story? So there is a story that lives indefinitely in the history of these sales meetings at Leader Promos. And it always starts off, remember that one time that girl choked you out at Mandalay Bay?
Oh my gosh. What?
I think
Who?
there was a
Hold on, because
something.
the only story I know about is at LDW. What
Oh no,
what's
there's
the
many
Mandalay
stories,
Bay
Jeff.
story about?
There's many stories. For many years, we would all, this is how it would start off, right? They'd be like, oh, that's the girl who fights. And then people would start drinking, right? Then they would look at me and they would say, I think I could take her. And I would go, here we go again.
Oh.
So no, I don't think I actually choked him. I think we just did I did like a duck under and just took his back. And then it was broken up by the Mandalay Bay police very quickly.
They're like,
That's
no.
wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I
Got
live within their
you
sales
kicked
meeting
out. And, yeah.
legend.
Surprised you're invited back to the Mandalay Bay. You're not on like the
So does this
the
guy still
list.
work at Leader Promos?
I don't know. I don't want to out anybody.
We're not outing anybody. All I will say about Leader Promos is one of my favorite people in the industry work there. Marty
Yeah.
Carmichael, she's awesome.
Yeah, they're all
So
awesome.
shout out to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, number 21 is Kaiser and Blair, or Kaiser and Blair, with 100 million and a 5.3% change since 2021. Does anybody else want to read any of these? Or am I gonna...
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, Jeff, the
Okay.
one thing I realized we didn't even talk about was what the
I know.
benchmarks were for
Oh,
the
yeah.
distributors, because it's a little bit different on the distributor side versus supplier side. So
That is true.
revenue, of course, your change of revenue since 2021, new client revenue, gross, wow, gross profit margin. You could tell I'm on
Right,
vacation.
Italy.
Revenue from top 3 clients, revenue from top 10% of sales reps, full-time sales reps, customer service reps, finance staff, and then days to payment. So those are the
Interesting.
KPIs.
Okay.
It is interesting.
Very nice.
That's really good to know going into this. We probably should have covered it first. Sorry. I thought about it
Well,
when
see,
we were
this is why
talking.
Sarah makes us so much better, Meg. You know,
Oh,
I mean, I know she's only been with us for like 13 months, but it's been a tremendous 13 months. You know,
has
she just
been.
makes it that much better. You know,
oh,
you and I
you're
will
making
just
me blush.
shoot the crap. You know, Sarah actually makes it a listenable podcast.
Yeah, very true.
All right,
Just
number
all the
20. Go ahead,
travel.
Sarah.
That's it.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Sarah, get the next ones.
So number 20, Promo Shop. I love, love, love Promo Shop. Memo and Kate, like fantastic group.
Yep.
I think
yeah.
they've been doing
Dynamics.
phenomenal things. And so, yeah, it's a great group. Something Inked at number 19, again, like huge growth from Something Inked at $84.5 million. And to think, like, if you listen, I don't even think it was 5 years ago. That may have been at like $3 million.
Wow.
Was
Like
that
they
before
have,
COVID though? Because I feel like they were
yeah,
doing really, really good like right before COVID, and then COVID hit, and that like basically shattered a lot of their business.
Well, they
because
had
of-
a really big program with a customer that bought millions of the Bella Canvas 3001. So
yes,
that kind of halted a little bit during COVID, but picked back up. So yeah.
yeah.
So not that they're not diverse, but I know that they focus or have a very heavy niche, if you will, and so
Mhm.
that I think really took a huge dive during COVID. So there was a couple years
Yeah.
that were, yeah. So
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
it's go ahead.
I was to say, I think their number one customer base is music. So, like, if you think about like the merch trends from a music standpoint, like skyrocket. So they're in the right space right now for sure.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. And number 18, surprising. I'm not sure who Deluxe is. Do you guys know who Deluxe is?
It's Safeguard
Yes.
Deluxe.
Safeguard.
Oh, it's Safeguard.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
I
name I
think
know.
we're so used to, you're exactly right. We're so used to seeing Safeguard, and that now I think they've transitioned to just being Deluxe. So,
I
Interesting.
think that's interesting as well. I didn't know.
So they were at 131.9 million. It's pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah. They're in Canada too. They have a big presence in Canada too. I wonder if that includes Canada numbers. I thought they were a little bit bigger, to be honest.
Ooh, I don't know.
Meg,
And
do
Yeah,
you
I don't
have
think that
the list
includes
up or
their.
no?
What's that?
Do you have the list up?
Yeah, I have a list up. It says
Wanna run through a
131.9
couple?
million. I don't think that includes their Canada numbers. I think they're double that, to be honest.
Well, it's PPAI International,
Hmm,
so
interesting.
their Canada numbers should be
Interesting.
included. If they're
should
not,
be. I don't know,
they
but I
should
also think it's
probably
one
look
of
into
those
that.
things, like for you guys, even last year, we talked about this, Jeff, like you guys didn't include your international numbers, and then you realize like, hang on, we should because it is international. And so
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes a big difference.
it does.
All
Absolutely.
right. Number 17, Aim Smarter. Have they changed their name or is it always Aim Smarter?
I think it was always Aim Smarter, but they just go by Aim.
Okay.
Yeah.
16, Brand Edition. I don't know if I know them.
I know I've heard of them, but I'm not familiar.
I have heard of them as well, and I'm trying to think of where that they're based out of. I'm trying to do a quick Google search, but I have heard of them also.
Oh, yeah, they're up 8.5%. They did 172.8 million in revenue for 2024.
That's Aim Smarter. Brand Edition
Sorry,
was
Brand Edition.
137.8 million with a
Yep,
5.2%.
sorry,
Yeah.
sorry about that. Yeah.
Brand Edition is out of
Um,
Manchester, so it's
okay.
international.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
That's probably why. Yeah.
So G&G Outfitters was number 15.
Yeah, they're a
In our
monster.
backyard. Yep, they're in
Yeah.
Maryland, 94.7 million, with a 21.4% growth, which is awesome. Love to see it. Number 14 was Taylor Promo.
Can I say
109.
I didn't know who they were until social media. Like I see them on Instagram and TikTok, so they're coming up in my FYP. But I didn't know them before this. Where are they located?
You didn't know Taylor?
Mm.
So I think they're one of those groups that kind of went through a couple different acquisitions or whatever, and their name had
Yep.
changed several times.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. I think I do. I think you're right. I know you're right, but I don't. Who is it before?
Sarah, do you remember?
I don't. I know Brad White was there at a period of time, and like I know
Something.
some different people who have been there, and so like but Taylor is really what it was always called. It was just Taylor, but I didn't know the volume from a business perspective. But they're also huge. I think that's where Rusty Pepper is. Like they're huge from print on demand right now, and so that's a big part of their strategy, which is
Okay.
great. But yeah, I didn't. It's some of the revenue numbers are so surprising to me, like, which is amazing to see. It's great, but I'm like, wow, it's like,
Yeah, 291.5 million.
Yeah.
With a 21.3% change.
I mean,
So
growing at 20+% at that
at
amount
that
of revenue
size,
is not easy. Yeah. So
yeah,
congratulations, Taylor Promo Marketing. That's awesome.
yeah, for sure.
yeah, no
Number
problem.
13, Overture.
They're at
Yep, 140.
140.8. Yep.
Yeah, 23.5% growth. So amazing growth there as well.
Look at this next one of Strand in 12th place, 114 million with 187.3% change.
That's unbelievable.
That's
So
crazy.
they're on the stock market. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. Because I know they were struggling. I don't know if they were struggling, but like it was tough for a little bit. I know some leadership turned over. But I'm glad to see that they're back up and doing well. But I know it has a lot probably to do with what's being a private company, public company. Sorry, I had to think about what I was saying.
Yeah.
Very
Number
cool.
11 was Boundless with 148 million, 66.8% growth.
That's crazy. That's great.
And then now we're breaking into the top 10 here with HH Global.
Yep.
442.7 million. So we're really getting into some big dogs now.
I don't know
with a
anybody at
9.2%.
HH Global. Do you?
I don't.
Weren't we looking them up or something at the end of the last episode?
We were, and that was the one that we were like, we don't know anybody. So that'll be on our list for this year.
Yeah.
To meet somebody.
442.7 million.
We're gonna
Better be on
create a
something.
network.
Yeah, they're the sleeper this year. We don't know them, and then they're coming in hot, almost 500 million.
Yeah. So coming in at ninth is American Solutions for Business, 325.1 million, with a 33% growth, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Eighth was Staples at 917.9 million.
That's crazy.
Just a squeak away from hitting that $1 billion mark.
Yeah, squeak away.
So then seventh was BDA, 470.2 million with a 36.3% growth. Sixth was I Promote You, 371 million.
Wow.
Fifth place was Geiger, 364 million with a 40% growth. So again, I mean, numbers like that with pretty substantial growth is what's so shocking or amazing.
It is. I think it's just crazy. Yeah, Bamco has been
Fourth was
like
Banco,
killing
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
366 million,
That's 70%
69.6%.
growth.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's insane.
great.
You know, Brad's got himself a good team over there. He does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
So Meg, who was third?
I think it was a small company by the name of Proforma,
Oh,
it's actually incredible because I get to be a part of that. So, congratulations to the team over there. That was not an easy feat,
662 million.
It's a lot. I'm
That's a lot.
tired.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
There aren't very many of the distributors that are over like that $500 million mark. There's like maybe 4 or 5 of them, at least based on this list.
Yeah.
So it's pretty substantial, and to have 22.4% growth at that size is pretty amazing.
And
Number
what
2,
goes into that? Sorry, not to, but what goes into that? Like just being behind the scenes for the last year to see that it's a really an incredible. Like it's not just in one bucket. Obviously, anyone that runs any of those top 10 companies knows it is spread throughout many buckets, and you have to keep evolving and you have to keep learning and investing in yourself. And it's a revolving door. You have to just keep investing in yourself. And then if you don't have the 5 buckets that you're growing, then you're missing out. So. All right, go ahead.
so
Number 2.
the top 2 were a little bit of a surprise, just because I know Halo last year they had broke that $1 billion threshold. So there were 2 companies. It was 4imprint and Halo that broke the $1 billion threshold last year.
Yep.
But according to 2024's revenues, Halo is only at 964.7 million.
Did you put only in
Um,
front of that? Was that the word
I,
you used?
I did. I did. Yeah.
Only. Man.
You know,
Only. It's
it's
crazy.
just yeah.
It's a
It's
mindset,
only
man. It really
964
is.
million.
They
It
have some
is.
If you're
really good
not hit,
people on their leadership team too. They really do. They have some
if
hardworking
you're,
people. So yeah.
oh yeah. If you're not hitting $1 billion, come on, what are you doing, honestly? And then number 1, guys, who was number 1?
4imprint. But look at the growth though too at 4imprint, like
Yeah.
73.7%. They are one of the, publicly traded companies. They're the ones when you turn on the TV or your Super Bowl ads that you see like 4imprint comes up, right? And so you get some visibility into 4imprint everywhere. I feel like that you go. They pop up and remind you what it is that you do. But I think when I see the numbers from a distributor like that with the growth, it also that lets you know too, from an industry perspective, that people still are buying promotional products, and the value behind the advertising products that we provide is huge, and it's out there, and it's still on the rise. So that to me, whenever I see that, it's a great growth number to see from your number 1 distributor at the top.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I'm seeing from amongst this top 25 list is essentially the fact that they've got a digital platform
Yeah,
or a lot of e-commerce going on.
for sure.
4imprint with 1.4 billion having, they're basically just digital or mostly just digital. And then at the bottom of the list of the top 25 that we started with, Vistaprint, those guys, Staples, there's all these
Yeah.
companies that have a huge e-commerce. So it makes you really think, if you're not headed that direction, maybe it's something to think about. That's for sure.
Yeah, a lot of company stores. We saw that when I was at Performa. It's like everyone, I think they had launched before I left about 13,000 company stores.
Yeah.
The on demand, the print on demand, the onesie twosies, that's really big right now. And it's not a huge money maker, but when you can get in the door with that and you can really grow the businesses, I think it's huge. I mean, it is a money maker, obviously, but like you don't want to sell one piece minimums. You'd rather sell 5,000, 10,000 at a
For
time,
sure.
right? Like, I'm not everyone's
It's
biggest customer right now. I'm spending minimums, but you know, it's
yeah,
all about the relationship.
but it's your way to service your customers and your clients is what I say. So when you think from a corporate business standpoint, like you're eliminating somebody to have to go put in orders every single day. So it gives somebody the ability to increase their efficiencies, which that's where I feel like a lot of the online stores are coming from. The e-commerce side of it, I think people who have sites, I think what you see is purchased on there is just more of your repetitive business, kind of like your no-brainer, no thinking. But there still is such value behind the distributors, behind all of these custom projects that are being created. We've seen a lot of the innovation of things that have come out. Like that's a game changer. That's different.
Mhm.
That's utilizing your distributors on a different level. And those that are doing that, I think, is where you're seeing some of those numbers as well. So the innovators.
Oh yeah. All right. Anything else to cover, guys? I know this one went a little bit longer.
No, just congratulations to all the distributors that made that
Yeah.
list. Like, you guys are pioneers. You guys are kicking ass and taking names, and just keep it up, man. If you're at 100, strive to be 26. Sometimes that happens. Or
Sometimes it
25.
happens. You never know.
Sometimes it happens. You never know.
You never know. And I will say, obviously it's no shortcoming to the rest of the 100 distributors or suppliers. It's just it's difficult to cover everybody on the podcast. But yeah, shout out to all those that have been recognized. And yeah, awesome. Sarah, go enjoy the rest of your vacation. What the hell are you doing on here
Yeah.
with
Hey,
us?
thanks. We're gonna go have a special dinner tonight. So
Yeah,
Oh,
awesome.
well, happy
Are you?
birthday and
thank
enjoy
you.
the rest of your vacation, and we'll see you when you get back.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Are you just hanging out in the Venice area, or are you checking out the rest of Italy as well?
No, we're heading to Greece after this. So Greece, Turkey, and Croatia. Don't hate me,
Oh,
Jeff.
it's a terrible life. Terrible life. All right. Until next time, guys. Who knows when we'll see Sarah again or where she'll be.
There we
See
go.
ya.